Hello, it's Remik here from Lean Enterprise Institute Poland, and today I have a pleasure to introduce Marek Waliszak. We had a big pleasure to cooperate with Marek, and Marek is president and owner of the Polish company Opinion Strefa Druku, and this company undergoes lean transformation since several years, and there is a lot of interesting things in my opinion, Marek could share with us. But we asked Marek to talk about lean transformation in sales and marketing, which is not so common. There is not so many case studies about how to apply lean in this area. So Marek, thank you for joining us, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So right now I will share with you my presentation. Okay, so I would like to share the story, one of the story about our company, which is connected to the sales and marketing and also to lean. And this is my point of view. It means this is the CEO point of view. Of course, as usual, there's plenty of points of view, but I would like to share you my personal point of view. Okay, the agenda. About the company, a few words to allow you better understand our point of view and our story. The starting point, the breakthrough points, our lean evolution, and conclusions. And of course, if there will be some questions and I will be able to provide some answers, you are more than welcome. About the company, Opinion Strefa Druku is a manufacturing company. Actually, we do prints. We do prints only digitally. Right now, we do prints digitally, and 70% of our orders we received through internet. The company story is back to 1992. Actually, we started as a market research company, hence the name Opinion. It was good those times. Right now, it's without sense, I think, for the present industry. We had a network of billboards, graphic design services on public transport buses, and one day we've decided that we have to be very, very innovative. So innovative that those times we had a very big problems. There was a lack of trusted suppliers of prints, and we've decided to buy the first printing machine. Actually, our thought was to buy the small machine, but it was the 5-meter, very, very big machine just for our internal use. But at the stage of the market those times, the machine allowed us to grow very, very fast. And we were surprised that after a couple of months, we've become a large format printing company. Now we are, I hope, one of the modern large format digital printing plants in Europe, investor in special economic zone, and we sell many products abroad, mainly to Western Europe. And our products are suitable for many, many industries. I will not provide you with all those pictures, what we are doing, but those one, I think, they are nice and charming. The big events, rock festivals, big sport events, beautiful big concerts and festivals. And we were involved, we've created, and we are still providing to some communities the biggest Polish national flag. We are doing this as a charity. Our starting point of this history, it was in 2011. We had a sales department, and there was 26 people in the sales department those times, divided in 3 locations, in Warsaw, Gliwice, both in Poland, and Cologne in Germany. And Our offer was based on large format printing and related services. The related services we've been able to provide mostly in Poland. And because the company was, I would like to say, new in this industry, still new in this industry, there was a lack of clarity about who is accountable for what and who does what. And at the end, discussions, quarrels, and resentment. The pity those times was commoditization. One of our colleagues from the sales department, when I asked him, "Why are you selling so cheap?" He said, "Because I'm not able to tell anything about our prints. So I'm selling it because the customer is saying they are too expensive, so I have to sell them cheaper. Like potato. Nobody can see the difference between the potato." So the commoditization was our huge problem those times. And we've been a downward spiral of cutting prices and providing costlier terms to the customer. We had some tools, of course, like sales pipelines, some Excel sheets, regular meetings, and so on, but all of them they were not connected together. And our major problem was a lack of reliable sales projection, lack of transparency regarding the salespeople activities, the problems with knowledge transfer and succession. Actually, our salespeople they thought that the customers they are theirs. So it means that we've got access to the customers only because they are so nice to the company. I mean, the salespeople are so nice to the company that they allowed us to deal with their customer. And we realized that we have to find out some methodology. We have to rescue ourselves through methodology. So our choice was the customer-centric selling. Why? Because it focused on the customer objectives, the customer needs. The methodology can define objectives and results to be achieved, I mean the milestones, and guides salespeople on what to do and how to achieve the further results in the customer buying process. And the customer-centric selling methodology provides the tools. I mean, something which is really important from hour to hour, from day by day. Tools to facilitate and organize the work of the salespeople, like worksheets, scenarios, models. I was fascinating about the customer-centric selling, CCS methodology. So we organized the first training for the whole entire sales team. We decided to break down the sales and decided that some guys, they wanted to do the transactional, I mean, product-based sales. They should be in one team, and the other guys, they would like to sell based on the customer value in the other team. And the results, very, very poor, because there was a lack of practical application of the knowledge required for the training. And people started to talk that the new methodology doesn't work. So I received higher awareness of the need to standardize sales processes. And I really felt that we have to introduce a value-based model in addition to the transactional ones. And of course, as usual, when we are facing something new, we had some first symptoms of resistance to transparency and standardization. And it was surprising to me, first resignation in connection with the implementation of the standardized methodology. A sales manager, one of the sales teams, resigned. Analyzing the lesson I've learned, I've decided that we have to go much, much more deeply in this methodology. So we've launched the project. We call the project Opinion 2.0 project. The goal of this project was to develop a new sales team structure, description, all the processes, transactional implementation of CCS in the organization in a structured way. We wanted to do it very, very fast. In 3 months, several people involved from within and outside the company. And as a result of those work, we were able to describing 19 sub-sales processes in 3 key areas. We've divided the sales department into 3 parts, each of which was to carry out consistent sales processes in selected market segments. We've produced a new job description in all departments. And we allowed the people, member of the sales team, to choose of the work model which they wanted, which is the best for them those times. And to finalize the job, we asked the employees to move into another desk just to create a teams sitting together in one place, just to build a team spirit. The project outcome, we improved efficiency, but there were some lacks, like after one limitation, we faced new limitations, lack of standardized tools, such as market description, call scripts, customer solution, proposals for the customers. We faced the problem with standardization of the activities, which brings us to questioning the methods as ineffective. There was a lack of IT system, the proper CRM integrated with ERP and file repository for the sales content. And there were some difficulties in managing sales team, monitoring of sales pipelines. Of course, because I was the leader of this change, and the change was initiated by the CEO, some managers were not fully committed to the change. There was a lack of appreciation for transparency and knowledge sharing. There was a lack of acceptance of working together in the sales processes. But at the same time, in 2011, we received a lot of European funds. Thanks to those money, there were new opportunities. We were able to buy new machines. We were able to join new technologies. Saying shortly, it was fantastic time to grow up. But increasing production, okay, it was nice, but because of that, there was significant increase in problems related to operating new machines and adapting procedures. And as a result, there was a failure to meet deadlines, poor quality, and excessively long lead times. So we started to think if we should stay with the production or we should close our own production. And the last hope from my perspective was a new methodology for me, of course, which was called lean management. And I asked someone to do the audit of the current management practices. And at the end of at the report of the audit, there was simple statement: there's a lack of control over processes, non-standardized work, low on time in full, OTIF, poor quality, long lead times, and high costs. So from my perspective, the easiest way to solve the problem was to ask the production manager, production leaders to buy a lean management training. And I thought that this lean management training will solve all our problems. Of course, it was my mistake. Yes. So CEO expectations, autonomous actions and implementation on lean by managers and production leaders. Results? Maybe increased awareness of low efficiency and opportunities for improvement, but no real results. And of course, there was still a lot of complaints from the sales department about low production efficiency. So, as with the sales methodology, I've decided that we should go much more deeply into the lean. And because the first step brings us no results, I've decided that we should find out the next team leader, which will be more focused on very short time received results. We've decided that the project should be just 2 months of intense changes and 1 month of stabilization. And the goal of the project, just one goal, to improve on time in full. It means we wanted the customer to receive the parcel on time and complete. At the beginning of this project, our lean consultant created operational performance audit, and according to him, we received 21 points out of possible 100. He described us as the second worst manufacturing company he has dealt with. Okay, it was. I remember this meeting, and our leader's ambition plan was to improve the audit results, audit scores by 100% in 6 months, and we wanted to obtain a minimum 42 points of 100 possible. And as you can imagine, the reason for operational inefficiency, improper attitude of management, including the CEO, or I would like to say mostly improper attitude of the CEO. It means me. What we've done, we've decided that we have to divide the production into 2 parts centered around the production of production groups. At the top of each part, department, we wanted to have a new manager as a part of internal promotion. And promoting a young people who want to develop, working from scratch based on the lean management was a part of the plan. And why wanted we divided the production? It's, I think, from the theory of graphs. Having the big production, we've got a lot of problems. But if we will divide the production into 2, the problems will be reduced at least 4 times. So it will be much easier to handle for new managers. We've done a lot of things. Of course, not 100%, but we've done machine centering, standardization, 5S, autonomous maintenance, progressive maintenance, many others. Nothing for 100%, but a lot of things curated in most important areas, plus description of the first indicators, visual management boards, change in the layout of machines, dividing the crew into 2 departments, and creating a new leaders. It was the real change. And the results at the beginning of this project in 2014, our on time in full was 66%. After the 6 months, it was 81.5. Our goal was, from the beginning, our goal was 98. When I said the first time in 2014 that our goal is 98, so you can imagine nobody was committed to this goal. I get the feeling that my team members, they are thinking that this is not achievable. But you can see in 2 years, we achieved 98, 93. And in 2017, we were at the level of 99.62. So thanks to the lean, we achieve unbelievable progress. Then we try to do better with the quality, reduce the number of complaints from the customer. So we've decided that we will do the quality performance meeting daily, all managers. We've created a league of champions, which was the gamification between our production teams. We created something like indicator board for all employees, another kind of gamification. So complaints from the customers, as a statistics. This is the gamification board of our teams. Every quarter there was small incentive, like we decided to sponsor a dinner for the whole team, something like that. And this is gamification for the employees. We counted amount of weeks without any quality fail. And people started to care about this, I would like to say, just gamification. So the results from 5% when you started to 2.3% in 3 years. And operational audit. As you remember, we were the second worst company from the perspective of our lean consultant. We received 21%. In 6 months, we achieved our goal, so not 42, but 44. But in 3 years, we received 60% out of 100. But comparing to other companies, we are, opinion is the first left company. Comparing to our to other companies, which we were in the same league from the lean consultant company perspective, we were at the first 5 top companies after 3 years. So improving operational excellence brings us huge improvement in on time in full, huge improvement in quality performance. And the atmosphere in the company started to be fantastic. The progress creates good atmosphere. People started to smile. And we realized, it was surprising, that was really surprising me, that our salespeople started to invite customers to our production. They started to be proud, and they started to show the customers our lean tools like boards. So I started to think, what was the reason that we were so successful with the lean transformation and the production, and how we can share those behaviors, those tools, with the sales department. So I realized that might be the most important thing which we can take from the production and implement to the sales team is visual communication. Visual communication of key indicators, which brings transparency of results, which schedule weekly and daily checking of the process against the plan, and work based on data. So when I introduced this idea to the salespeople, they were not very happy, because those times the attitude of the salespeople was unsystematic work and unwillingness to be transparent. And we had a conflict in the sales department. Finally, all our sales representatives, which were responsible for working with the company's key customers, decided to left the company. And moving away to the direct competitors, they wanted to snatch away customers. So it was crisis. It was a real crisis. And we decided to redeploy the employees from the customer service which were focused on the support key customers, to go closer to the customer. The main message to the customer was, okay, guys, we provide you a good service, high on time in full. We've declined the complaints, with shortening delivery times. Everything we achieved, with everything which was on this message, we achieved thanks to the lean management. And thanks to the standardization processes in the sales, we were able to move the people from the customer service and to train in the express way to be able to connect with the key customers and to provide the key customers the solutions. And we've created a new sales department. Each new employee started with the CCS, a ready-made tool, scripts, daily routines for monitoring key indicators. So we were able to rebuilding the sales department within 3 months. And the results, we were able to keep most of the key partners. And the results we achieved at the end of the year was quite similar to the one we achieved a year before. I think, in my opinion, that we were able to survive this crisis only because of those two previous projects. I mean, the project which was focused on the processes in the sales department and the project which brings us the lean to the production. And as a result of the lean at the production, we were really good producer. I mean, the OTIF, the quality was really, really good. Someone would like to say, okay, that's it. That's the end of the story. And from my point of view, it was the end of the story. Someone would like to say, okay, so there was a happy team, the new happy sales team, and there was a new, related about the lean management team connected with the production. Two happy teams, board meetings, transparent work, teamwork. They started to achieve goals. So what was the problem? The problem was that instead of one company team, we had two strong teams, the sales and production teams. Both of those teams, they wanted to achieve these goals. Unfortunately, they've got different indicators. So we realized that we've got two very, very strong silos. And I started to think, what will be the solution? And someone said to me, okay, Marek, there is a tool in the Lean toolbox called Hoshin Kanri. So you can create a strategy and you can deploy the strategy. Thanks to this, everyone in the company, they will work to achieve the common goals. And from my point of view, those times, it was fantastic. It was like a holy grail. So of course I've decided that yes, we should go into the Hoshin Kanri. And as usual, it's simple, but it's not easy. At the beginning, we started to think about a different group of stakeholders. And we had to do a lot of strategic work. Yes, we never thought about mission and vision before this project. I mean, never seriously thought about mission and vision. And suddenly we had to create it. And we had to create a company goals into 2 years perspective. And to tell you the truth, from my CEO's perspective, that was the most difficult time in the company because I've decided that we will go into the project, very intensive project, which will be involving a lot of resources from the company, and we will deploy the strategy. And I realized that we do not have the strategy, the real strategy. So those times I was so stressed trying to find out the solution which is the right strategy for the company like us, that at the same time, I was reading 6 books, and suddenly in one of those books, I realized that the strategy provided by this book, by the author of this book, is fantastic for us. The answer was the lean management is our strategy. And we decided that yes, the operational excellence, the shortest in the industry lead time, is the right strategy for us. So we've decided that we have to establish a Kaizen promotion office inside the company, and we've decided to change how we are organized from the silos to the value streams. A lot of new dashboards and a lot of new processes which we wanted to monitor. We had even the KPI, I mean the indicator, how good we are in implementing the Hoshin country. So we try to check everything, every meeting. We try to improve every agenda of every meeting. There was plenty of work because we had to create a new boards. But after creating them, people started to be happy about them. The boards were everywhere, and the boards were different from one department to another. Different KPIs, many KPIs inside the company. Thanks to this, that we are the printing house, we were able to print as many versions as the boards as we needed. And as you can see, thanks to ability to print, we can use the walls just to create a more space for indicators. So one evening we were happy to achieve this stage, and next morning sometimes it looks like that. But finally we're able to establish a new teams, new routines, new KPIs, and of course always the same rule: if everything is according to the plan, is green; if there is something wrong, is red. And our lesson from the Hoshin Kanri. The key point, and I think not very obvious point at the beginning, the most important point is to work in the PDCA cycle. PDCA cycle by all teams. Objectives: focus on PDCA cycles. Focus around selected processes. Selected processes, because we are not able to improve everything. So we have to be very, very smart. We have to be very smart. We have to use the theory of constraints, and we can improve only small part at the same time at the company. And there is right now the situation that we understand that the work and the improvement is the same. So the manager, the team leader, and the employee, and of course the CEO, it means me, we are responsible both for work and for improving this work. And because the company is changing, our processes are developing, the market is changing, one of our values is continuous improvement. And continuous improvement means that we are continuously improving our boards and agendas. Sales department. The integration between those two methodologies, I mean customer-centric selling and lean management. And I think this is the crucial point, the PDCI cycle. It's relatively easy to create a sales or marketing plan. Then we are trying to execute this plan. Then we are achieving some results, usually different than a plan. And what now? So this is the most, from my perspective, this is the most difficult and most important point. Working all the time with 5 why trying to understand what is the reason that we are not achieving the results. Systematically, we have to systematically generate the value proposition for each market segment. We understood that the sales is not about techniques. It's not about how we can better make a phone calls. No. This is about the value. We have to have value for the customer. Like a mafia, the value proposition. And the sales tools, scripts, calls, and so on, they are good, but they are like standardized tools. And of course, people, external training, role plays, coaching, and mentoring. So it means that right now we are expecting from our managers different approach, different skills. Not like it was 10 years ago, like go and bring me the money. No, not like that. Today, it's like a coach with team players. So sales management processes, linking management to Hoshinkanri reviews, and appropriate Hoshinkanri reviews agendas. Merging those two big methodologies together. Operation. So we understood that our goal should be the strategy should be the lean, just like that. And we would like to compete by being very fast. We would like to be the company who is following the global trend, mass customization. And because we are actually e-commerce company, so we believe that our customers, they are clicking, they are buying, and they are thinking that they did everything. So now they are expecting, where is my parcel? So from the big orders, which we wanted to have 10 years ago, now we are expecting hundreds, thousands small orders. This is very different manufacturing. Of course, reduction of costs and eliminating of budget overruns, and the philosophy of zero quality complaints. Our evolution of lean thinking. At the beginning, I thought that lean is something for the production, not for me. Because I'm not from the production, because I'm CEO. So I thought that I can say to my production manager, go and implement. This is lean manufacturing. You are connected with the manufacturing, so it's your job, not mine. And at the beginning, it was like that. It was connected with the autonomous maintenance, visual management, 5S, generally speaking, tools connected with the production. But I realized that this is connected also with the process improvement and balancing. And thinking about that, I realized that I can take some techniques and improve the sales management through the visual management, for instance. Then we started to do some Hoshinkanri sessions, and suddenly the lean started to be a strategic tool. We've created a value streams. During one of the conferences in Wrocław, which we used to attend, we realized that there is something like a lean accountant, which will help us to create a value streams. So we implemented the lean accountant. Process management, of course, connected with the Hoshinkanri, daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly reviews. Project management, because the innovation, but not only the innovation, but the Kaizen events, it's a project. So project management is crucial for us. And as I mentioned, it is not a tool for us. It is a strategy. And Kaizen, I mean, to improve everything, is operational philosophy and one of our value. Conclusion. What is the common part between lean and CCS, I mean customer-centric selling methodology? Just 2 points. Who is my customer? And the second question is, what is the value to my customer. I believe that from the lean perspective and from the sales perspective, it's actually same attitude, thinking about our customer and thinking about what value we can bring to them. Thank you very much for listening. If there are some questions, maybe
Marek,
I will be able
yeah,
to
I don't
answer.
think we have time for questions
Okay.
because we are a little bit behind the schedule. Yeah, so thanks for this speech. I think it was very inspirational. And this is very good example of how you can create a lean enterprise, not only lean manufacturing process. So yeah, so thank you very much that you are with us during Lean Global Connection and that you share your experiences. And I think you didn't mention one thing which is very important in lean transformation. This is consequence and involvement of CEO, right? Because without this attitude, it wouldn't be possible.
Thank you very much for inviting me to this conference. Thank you very much.
So see you guys. Have a good time during these 2 days of conference.
Thank you. Bye-bye.